Hello, everyone. Welcome to our second episode of Mastery Emotions with Ruby and Charu. In this episode, we are going to talk about mental health and emotional intelligence. Hello, Charu. How are you?
Hi, Dr. Ruby. I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm good. You look a bit sad today. Is everything okay?
Oh, is it visible from my face? Oh,
Yes.
I can. I am really overwhelmed right now. After reading so many newses of the reports about suicides, the reports about violence, domestic violence, so much happening around, it's getting overwhelming for me. So I was just thinking today, there has to be some solution. And media is just reporting about the incidences. We are having talks in around television that okay, there are experts who can help, but there has to be some solution. Such reports about suicides by people who are at so young age is very disturbing because I think they are setting a very wrong example in front of youngsters that if some challenge comes in life, there is no other solution. I mean, it's not like that, right? We never got such upbringing in our life. But
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
in present scenario, the young generation who is taking this step and they are not finding any solution, I consider mental health is getting a big issue in society. And there has to be done something, some action has to be taken. What's your opinion about it?
I completely agree with Charu. It's really a very sad state of affairs what is happening right now. It shouldn't be going the way it is going. Social media should be making things easier for us. It should be having a positive impact that world is becoming smaller, people are getting connected. But on the contrary, the way social media is having impact on people's lives, that is alarming. That's really very sad.
Yeah.
And especially on mental health, if you see all these youngsters who are on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you name any channel, any social handle, the amount of likes is describing their popularity. The
Very
amount of
true.
likes is giving them that we are popular, we are good. Don't you think it's crazy? It's unbelievable how much it is impacting mentally and making them happy or sad about it. Just a like makes them feel that they are valued, and no likes or little likes on their post making them feel that they are not popular or they are worth nothing. It's very sad, very very sad.
Very
I'm
true.
really surprised how people are having uh, you know um, a judgment on the basis of
Correct.
these kind of things. What do you think? Like, I'm sure you are hearing similar cases about these
Definitely.
things there
When I
as well, right?
discuss, I participate in forums, and what I observe when I read so many social media, because Women Alliance is on so many social media, and I have to browse through. Suddenly, I realized how come the social media factor has become a parameter for happiness. I mean, we never used to be like that. We are waiting for the likes only. We are waiting for the numbers only. And where
Mm-hmm.
all those points have gone from life, where the meeting with friends, having a teacup with friends, going out with family, spending time with each other, these were more important to us. And we never cared what's happening over social media. And
True.
as we are growing, as we are getting busier in life, and so, somehow the social media is really impacting a lot, which has to be taken care of, because I strongly believe that what is shown over social media is not true. Many times it's happening, people just want to create an image about themselves. They want to show that
Very
they're
true.
having a very glamorous life, they are very happy, and we know what's happening in their life personally.
Mm-hmm.
They never
Mm-hmm.
want to show the real side of their life, which is so bad and so challenging. It has to be addressed that we have to accept what we are having and how we are living life, and we have to find a solution to come out of that instead of putting time and waiting for all social media parameters to give us happiness. We should find a true measure of happiness through some activity or some engagement. What do you say?
Exactly, exactly. It's completely what you're saying. I'm resonating with each and every word that you're saying here, Charu. It's true. I think we as parents or educators or friends, co-workers, be it any role that we are playing, we need to make sure that the people that we are working with, our kids, our partners, our husband, whoever we are with, we have to see that, when the person is not behaving the way he normally is, when there's a change, when there's a slight change that we notice that he or she is not the usual self, I think that is like an alarming sign. We should not wait
Correct.
for something bad to happen. The
Very
moment we see a change, we should just help. We should just ask, hey, what's up? What is bothering you? Just as I saw your face, I could
yeah,
make out you are not in your regular normal self. Something is bothering you. So I think the moment it is this kind of thing, we need to just be there for the other person. Because what is happening is, when people are going through these kind of things, whether it's the likes or whether it's something from some frustration from work, something that they're not able to do, or the deadlines are so difficult, or you're not able to achieve a particular objective, it is having an impact on the people. There are a lot of cases of stress, burnouts, people thinking of suicidal attempts because they are having more things to do than they can take care of.
very true. Very valid point. I will agree.
So I
This
think
is
one is the social media, of course, but the other thing is also your day-to-day life. The moment you are having these kind of issues, I think we need to speak up. We need to talk
correct.
about it.
Very true.
Because what happens is, when we are going through it, we think, I am the only one. Am I a loser? Am
Yeah,
I a person who is not able to achieve the results? So, it impacts us so much that we feel embarrassed to discuss. And that's what is really bothering. And that's what, we don't share our bad or negative side with people. If something good is there, we always share on media,
very
we
true.
always talk about it. Hey, this happened, my daughter got a job, my son is blah blah, like we share all the good news.
Good things.
But all the negative and bad, we keep on keeping inside.
And it
Hide,
gets
hide,
piled up.
hide.
It gets piled up. People
Exactly,
get heavy with
exactly,
that.
exactly. When it gets piled up, because we're not venting it out, it is having an impact on our emotional health a lot. Because we feel scared, we feel, especially in countries like India or Asia, people always think, what will others say, what will
Correct.
people think, what will my friends think if I hear something like this, if they hear something like this.
Very
So
true.
I think that needs to change. Mental health can become better if we discuss, if we vent it out with our friends, with our so-called close people only. I'm not saying go open, go live and tell, guys, I'm facing
Yeah,
this problem.
definitely not.
So there has to be a balance where where I think they can feel better and lighter. All these emotional imbalances are always going to be there. After all, we are humans.
Very true.
We are
Life is not always green, and the challenges
exactly,
always come.
exactly. And we are not robots. Like,
And
you
we're not
press
robots.
happy button, so you're happy. You press sad button, you become sad.
Correct.
We have our emotional, ups and
Ups and
downs.
downs.
But when we are going through our down, that's the time we need to, like, just connect with that person. Whoever we see is facing that. Don't leave him or her in the corner or think, oh, he'll be fine or she'll be fine. It's at that moment they need somebody,
Very
and that
valid
somebody
point.
could be us. That
Very
somebody could
valid
be
point.
us. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think like this, because the more we make us ourselves available for discussion, I think at that point of time people will feel that there is someone, someone cares for me, someone is, my happiness or my sadness is
Affect.
bothering somebody,
Yeah. Affect
affecting.
somebody.
Exactly, very
Affecting
very well
somebody.
said, Charu. It's affecting
Affecting
somebody, so I
somebody.
need to do something about it. Can you tell me something, an incident in your life when you were very sad and you were looking for a emotional anchor, or you wanted something from somebody? Could you recall something?
Yeah, my in my life a tragedy has happened, which I will definitely share with you. My There was a sad happening. My father passed away just after 20 days of my marriage, and that was the toughest time of my life. So that was a time when I learned a lot about life, like what exactly is life. Because this was a time my parents were waiting, daughter is getting married and everything is fine and they are having a time and everything was getting settled. And suddenly I am in some other part of the world and I'm receiving this news. So when I had this experience, and it was definitely long time of challenging time for me, you cannot speak everything what you're feeling to everybody, because it was a newly marriage and you have to adjust and you have to have a new life. But internally, you know that you are having that challenging time to come up to show your happy face, and then you have to work upon yourself. So I came across, yes, things are there, having faith in oneself. I came across the process of journaling. I came across the process of listening to all those speakers around YouTube who are sharing amazing content, which really empowers you with the right mindset and the knowledge, and which helps you. It's like a guidance to you. Definitely ups and downs are there, and things have happened. Definitely that was a very sad happening in my life, but I really love my father. I really respect him a lot. And then I asked guidance from him. So there was some guidance, there was some journaling time and listening to these speakers. And yes, I faced those challenges. It was tough for me, but I believe things can be done. You have to be resilient. You have to be determined that. And if you have that inner thing in you, I think things can be done. But definitely suicide is not the solution, which I want to request young generation, that you have to think before taking any call, taking such a big step in life. Particularly as you have shared that how much important it is to having a presence for somebody in life. That presence can create a big difference for anybody. So we have to be mindful about how much presence we are giving to people around us, whether they are friends, whether they are relatives, whether they are kids, or whoever. Why not a colleague? A little smile, asking how are you doing, asking twice, is it everything fine or not? If you're not happy, just seeing the right behavior from the person. And the other thing I also want to highlight, that it's very important, because we have to understand that mental health is getting a challenge. And definitely it is considered that there are certain treatments. So stigma around mental health has to change. Going to expert, going to counselors shouldn't be seen as something wrong with the person. If it starts from a young stage, I am sure people can have that learning from early stage, that how they can face that setback, because they have some guide in front of them who is guiding that things have not stopped and you can move ahead.
True.
Problem comes when things are not there, you're not aware, and then you are blank and thoughts just keep repeating and you take a decision like this. So I consider the importance of counselors a lot in present time, and people should not think it is bad to go to counselors. This can really bring a lot of change in life. What do you think about it?
Very true, very true. I think it's a very valid point. You should not think about going to a counselor as a stigma or as something bad or negative. They are experts. If you're discussing, as I said, sometimes when we are discussing with our own close circle of friends, maybe I feel a bit embarrassed, or maybe I feel little, I'm not 100% giving all the information. But if we go to a neutral person, a third person, like a psychologist or psychiatrist or a counselor, so he doesn't know you and you don't know him. So you are giving all the information or anything. Maybe sometimes we are scared to talk about our partners, or we are scared to talk about our own children. Maybe a person is bothered about her or his daughter or son or husband or parents. So when you go to such third person, you can just speak out without being judged. You can say anything and it will really help you, because you are venting out.
Correct.
One, you are venting out, and two, it's out of your system and you feel, I can just rely on what the other person is telling me now.
Very true.
So I think we need to change the mindset, how people are thinking, because the more and more we change the mindset, automatically it's going to have a direct impact on the mental health. Because mental health is like, when we feel happy, everything is happy, everything is good, everything feels to be nice. But the moment our mental state is little bit ups and downs or a little bit imbalance, everything starts having an impact. We don't like to do our work properly. We are frustrated, angry, like there is a lot of don't do this, don't do that. Like, it shows on our body language.
Aggressiveness is there. That aggressiveness is there.
Exactly.
And this should be noted. Here, I just want to, sorry to interrupt you right now, but want to highlight one point, that we have to be responsible for ourselves. So we should be mindful how our behavior is changing. We should be mindful if something wrong is happening, which people around us are observing, and we are behaving strangely. So then we are responsible for our mental health. So if we are taking care about others, we have to take care of self, which women folk is not doing right now. When I interact, when I read, I always found that women are not speaking about such topics between each other. They are not discussing such topics. They always want to portray that happy face, and they want to show that, okay, everything is fine. But
Mm-hmm.
to my understanding, things should change. We should stop leading a fake life. We should be real with us. We should be real to our feelings. And if something wrong is going in life, we should be open for discussion and ask for the guidance from some friend or some, maybe your husband or whoever you are comfortable with. You can ask and discuss. Are you coming across
Exactly.
such women across around yourself?
Yeah, of course. A lot of times, practically everywhere when I go, especially when I go on these forums, international forums, there are some women who are very like, it's a cultural thing. Some women, they are very verbal about it. In
Correct.
Europe, women are very verbal. If they're not liking something, they just say it openly. I'm not fine. I don't like it. But in some countries, because of cultural barriers, they are not allowed to speak. So when I say they are not allowed to, one is the social way and the other is their own way of thinking, their social upbringing. So
Yes.
if they are happy, they will definitely say that they are happy. But if they are not happy, they will never say it openly because that's the way they are, culturally.
Correct. Very true.
So yes, I see these things a lot amongst women, especially when I travel and also around here. But it's just that, with passage of time, we need to create more and more awareness. So maybe, I mean, viewers who are watching our show, please make sure if there is anything that you look around and see is not the way it was, it looks alarming, it is something which doesn't make you feel comfortable, do not hesitate, talk. Because people who are suffering, people who are having, like right now, if you see, because of COVID, a lot of people have lost their jobs.
Very true.
Many people have, like, if they were working 30 hours, they're working 10 hours because
Correct.
there is no need for them to go back to the workplace. So if they are going through job loss or a problem, related to their workers or related to their immediate connection of people, they are undergoing, or it's a start of depression or
Correct.
start of burnout, because some are working too much, like our medical people, they are working like
Yes,
crazy.
definitely.
Maybe they also need some rest. So maybe some of them might be going through burnout, they're not realizing, because when you're doing something, you're completely involved with it, you give
Very
your
true.
100% to it.
Very
So
true.
make sure, guys, that please take breaks, do meditation, take care of yourself, because this is your system, this is your network. Network, when I say, it's the network with your different parts of the body.
Very true.
You
Very
can
beautiful.
network
Yeah.
socially if you are good, but you need to network with your body parts as well, because if this network is tipsy turvy or there is some problem, no one can set it right. It's you who is the engineer, who needs to work on the system to set it right.
Correct.
And when you see someone having any issues, whether it's depression or suicidal, or he or she looks very pessimistic, instantly talk to that person and give her or him your support, because at this time they need support. They need a concern that I'm there for you. And the moment you say this emotionally, he or she feels like a blanket around him or her. He feels that there is
Beautiful.
someone who is supporting me. There is a blanket that is covering me against all odds. And automatically, Charu, I'm telling you, such kind of people will feel that they are safe. Nothing can change
Calm
the
them.
situation. Yeah.
Correct.
But they feel safe because they are around such people who are making them feel comfortable.
I think that love and warmth itself does the magic, because that's
Exactly.
the something which increases the level of what to say. My lovely friend always says, raise your happy hormones. So we should be always searching the various ways how we can raise those happy hormones for people around us, and we should be thinking and acting about it. How about you,
Exactly.
Dr. Ruby? Have you come across any such incidents in life where it was a setback and you got back again and you started rocking again?
Yes, there have been couple of incidents, but the one incident that I would really like to share at this point of time was, it was roughly 6 years ago, when the college that I was working. I lost my the owner of the place. He passed away, so I lost my job. You know,
Oh,
so I had to step down. I was academic dean of that place, and I had to step down. So it was a
okay.
very big decision,
Definitely.
and it was really a very big decision because I had a lot of things happening, and it was like very comfortable having that scenario, working in that organization for so many years. But when I lost from being in the top management level to, like, you will be there as a lecturer, it was very difficult for me. I felt it's gone. I felt shattered at
Must be
that point
difficult.
of time. Exactly. And it was not easy for me to accept that, because I was told that you will be there, you will be there, you're valued, you're going to be there. But then I was told these are the terms and conditions. If you accept, you are there. If you don't,
Oh,
um, so it was a big setback at that point of time. It's 6 years ago, and I was shattered at that point of time. But then I kept on telling myself, calm down. What worse can go? You are fine. Your hands are okay. Your family's fine. Fight back. So I think it is the resilience in you that makes you fight back and come back.
very
And
important.
look at me. I mean, I had been in that college teaching for so many years, working as a high profile administrator for so many years, but I had no contact with the outside world. But I think that was like a knock knock on my door to do something else. And
Correct.
I would say it was like from an alarm from the god. I moved from that to now I'm on a global level, talking to people,
Yeah, people know
speaking
you.
at different forums, which I had
Correct.
not done. It just started, I would say, last 2-3 years that I started it, because it took some time. This happened 6 years ago, but I took some time to
Build
come
up.
to terms with it. Yes,
Yeah,
exactly. So it's a resilience. If you believe in yourself, you can do anything.
I
But if you
completely
are
agree with you.
weak, if you are weak inside, then it's a gone case. It's very difficult to spring back to action or come back to what you were there in the
Very true.
past.
Wow,
So
such a wonderful discussion today, and there are so many takeaways. And so, yeah, people, friends, I will request everybody be responsible first of all for yourself. How is your mental health? And start giving presence to people around, and make sure that you see more happy faces around, so we can spread happiness around, because life is beautiful and there is so much to do. So it's really sad to see young generation taking such big steps in life if they are facing any setbacks and they are disheartened and they don't know how to move ahead. So we are responsible for them, and we have to create this awareness that things can move on and it doesn't stop at one place. What do you say, Dr. Ruby?
very true. So as Mahatma Gandhi says, be the change you want to see in the world. Same is the message from Ruby and Charu. Be the change, be the awesome you. Because if you believe in yourself, if you believe that there is something that is not happening, or there is something that needs to change yourself first. Be strong, speak up, and when there is a need to talk to people, do talk. Speak up, talk to people, make your own tribe, and see that you will be very supportive and they will be supportive with you. I think on that note, Charu,
Yep.
we can just say a very good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to everyone who has been watching the show with us. And
Thank
I
you so
hope
much.
you learn something from watching our show. And if there is anything, please contact Charu or me, and see you soon.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you. Thank you.